Hi, it's Sandy Freshy back with another video. Today I want to talk with you, or share with you actually, something from my own experience that may help you if you feel a lot of exhaustion from thinking a lot or from having a lot of mental pressure. This happens to me a lot because, first of all, I'm a projector and I have a defined head center. So on the Human Design chart, I don't have one. I usually pull up a paper chart, but I don't have one today. So if you look on this one back here that I painted, this center at the top of the head would be the head center. And on the actual Human Design chart, if it's defined, it's colored in yellow, in case you're following along with your own chart. So what happens with me as a projector with a defined head center is that, first of all, I don't have a lot of sustainable energy to work. So I do feel these bouts of exhaustion on a pretty regular basis. And I notice that when I'm doing a lot of mental work, that head center, by the way, when it's defined, radiates out mental pressure into the atmosphere. So when I do a lot of mental work, I'm feeling a lot of this natural pressure to think and answer questions and all of that stuff that comes with the defined head center. So what I noticed a few weeks ago is, and I've noticed this all along in my body, is that when I get exhausted, it feels like the energy just leaves my body, and it kind of goes up like this, goes up from my core and out. And I have to go and lay down or sit down and do some meditation, do some deep breathing, maybe take a nap, something like that, until I can get myself back together and refocused. And at times I have to just stop working for a while. So after one of these times when I was doing a lot of work at the computer, when I was sitting at the computer and thinking a lot, I felt this exhaustion come over me. And I did make that connection that it's the mental exhaustion that brings about this feeling. And it's a feeling like my head is kind of buzzing and my throat is buzzing, and I may feel empty down in the core of me. It almost feels like I'm overstimulated. So for whatever reason, or that might just be my interpretation, but that's what it feels like to me. Like everything is sort of buzzing and stimulated, but I just have no energy to do another thing, to think another thought. So a few weeks ago this happened, and I went and did my usual thing where I lay down, I close my eyes, I do my deep breathing, and it just didn't seem like enough. So that time, what I was compelled to do was to try to put my hands over my eyes. And that just didn't seem like quite the right place. So I moved my hands up just a little bit, like on my forehead, almost like right where the curve is, right at the top of the frontal bone here, the front of the frontal bone. And then I put my other hand on top of my head, sort of not quite in the center, but more front center. And that just seemed to relieve so much pressure. And normally it would take me maybe, 20 minutes to really restore myself if I'm not too depleted or exhausted in a normal day. This actually seemed to accelerate the process for me, where I could just do some deep breathing and I could just sit there for about 5 minutes or so, and it felt like my energy, I was able to restore all of my energy. I was able to get grounded again, and it relieved the staticky feeling that I had in my body, like I had been overstimulated. And as I did that, I actually got a visual of the energy leaving my head. It didn't leave this way. It left this way. Like here I am thinking, and the energy is just leaving me. So So that was really helpful for me in terms of visualizing or getting a concept of exactly how my energy was running, exactly how I was getting depleted. And when I did this, it just interrupted the whole process. So since that time, I've been really attuned to when I start to get into that mental overload and that pressure, and it's overstimulating me and depleting my system. And when I remember to just put my hands right here at the front of my forehead and right on top and just wait. It also helps to breathe deeply, but just wait. I feel all sorts of energetic sensations and energy that seems to kind of move back into my body. So I invite you to try this and let me know how it works for you. And if you're so inclined, please leave a comment. And I'd love to know your energy type, whether or not that head center is colored in or whether it's white, whether it's defined or undefined, and if this actually did something for you. I'm just sort of experimenting with it. I know it works for me, and I just kind of want to get your feedback and see if it would help you as well. So go ahead and give it a try and let me know in the comments how you feel about it, whether or not it works for you. So that's it for now, and until the next time, be well.